How are you guys? Happy Monday. Caitlin, what's up, sis? You back from China?
Ooh, I love China.
Super jealous that you were in China. She looked like she had the best.
It was amazing, for sure.
Yeah. So today we are talking about trip planning. So we've actually had a lot of questions.
Oh, trip planning takes so much time. It does.
Jen loves planning things. She's such a planner, that Jen.
It's like kind of torturous. Yay!
Yay, Caitlin.
Hi from Brazil. I love Brazil.
Caitlin, what was your favorite thing in China? I really want to know, because I really want to go. So you have to tell me. But tell me one thing right now. So trip planning.
Oh, there's my Chase. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Chase. So we've gotten a lot of questions, actually. Oh, England! Yes!
I love that all these places from around the world are chiming in. That is amazing.
I am headed to London in October for the first time. So I would love a tip or two because I'm actually in the process of planning that right now. But we've gotten a ton of questions about how we pick our locations, how we decide where to go, and how we start to plan our trip. And so being that it is the end of the summer for us.
Pause. Caitlin, agree with you. Great Wall, amazing.
So Caitlin said the Great Wall was the best thing in China. And Jen agrees. So that's
agree.
and Hong Kong.
I think because it's a must, you have to go see it. My husband, so when we were there, we just rode the little gondola thing up to the top and then wandered around the wall and then rode the toboggan down. My husband actually went on a hike. And so they hiked the Great Wall down to a little village, had lunch. He said it was amazing. And if he can do it, I feel like anyone could do it. Love you, Jared.
Oh, stop. He's never going to see this.
He really won't.
So what we do is at the end of every summer, so here in Arizona, school starts really, really early.
Like for my kids, July 24th early.
Her kids are back in school. Mine still have one more week. But at the end of the summer, we always kind of take stock of how everything has gone. And what we liked so far that year, what we didn't like, and then we kind of start projecting out for the next year. So I keep a running list on my phone of places that I want to go.
I'm going to start a list when I leave here today.
And so I have
Jared
this
has a list.
laundry list of places, and so usually I'll take that list and I'll show it to my kids and I'll say, if you guys could go, oh, another London.
Oh,
we need to be friends.
We love London.
We love London. I'm headed there for the first time. Like I just said. But so Mama likes to travel. I need your tips. Let's be friends. I feel like we already are friends, so let's be better friends. Anyway, and so I present the list to my kids and they kind of check out the options and then they choose one of those choices, and then from there we start to kind of plan it out. So we look at our year and we start to plug in a few different things. But Jen was going to talk about how we travel.
So I guess that's the question I find that we get asked a lot in DMs on our Instagram, through Facebook, and in real life when people will be like, hey, your six little birds travel. Are you always gone? And how are you doing it? And so it's a little bit different for each of us. Mm-hmm. My husband travels a lot to Asia. So that's kind of why you'll find that a lot of my itineraries and where we're headed seems to be based in that Asia area. We've been to Thailand, Singapore, Bali. We just kind of keep going that direction. So he works over there. In and out during the year, and that kind of takes us that direction. I think for me, it's easy to justify, if you want to call it that, a trip when my husband has a couple days of work. Sometimes he works the whole time and we have fun the whole time, which kind of a bummer for him, but great for us. There was a couple summers ago where he had to be in Florida, and so we did a random, like we just started looking for something to do in the area that he had to be in, and so we spent a couple weeks in Daytona Beach. That's where I fell in love with New Smyrna. Was my favorite town in that area. We paddleboarded through the channels and it was amazing. So a lot of times my husband's work is how
dictates your travel.
It's how we choose where we're going.
So that's how Jen plans her travel a lot, is kind of based around where Jared's
going.
The way that we travel is we actually have made travel a major priority in our house, and so we don't do other things, like we don't have furniture in our bedroom, for example.
Who needs furniture?
Oh, chairs, who cares? And we've just really prioritized travel as, oh, hi from Turkey, sorry. Hello.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. And so we just save up, and that's what we do, is and we're also really smart about using points and finding good airfare deals.
Leilani is the points queen and the airfare queen. I can't tell you how many days she sends me messages that says it's $400 round trip to Paris. Do you want to go? And then I'm like, well, yes, I for sure want to go, but I don't know what weekend we're going to go.
Yeah, so we're just, and that's why I use planning ahead a lot, because oftentimes you get better point values and better deals. That's not always true. Sometimes you can find last minute stuff, but most times if you plan ahead, then you can get a better bang for your buck.
What are those two numbers? How far in advance can you book a hotel, and how far in advance can you book airline with points?
So airlines
this is good
with
information.
points
Listen up.
is 10 months ahead of time is generally the rule of thumb, and then hotels is 10 to 11. Sometimes you can go a year out depending on the hotel with points.
So Leilani will get on and book it right when she can, and it makes the point amount a smaller amount. Whereas if you book last minute often, it will
Those
cost
are
you more
gone,
points.
because the airlines will give you, they'll release so many tickets at different point values, and once those are gone, they're gone. So it does pay to plan a little bit ahead with stuff like that. So Jen is talking about Thailand this week on the blog, which I'm super excited because I haven't been to Thailand. So
There's a side note. I hope Brooklyn's not watching, because I actually don't want to tell her. But so we're headed to Asia again in October for our October break.
why
and
are you saying this then?
Well, because I hope she's not on here. Brooklyn, if you're on
Brooklyn,
here,
close your
close
ears.
your ears and don't listen. I have been writing about Thailand all weekend. I can't stand it. So we're adding it into our itinerary. We're going to hit Cambodia, Vietnam, and go back to Phuket, Thailand, because it's that amazing. Like, I love Thailand that much. And the food, hands down. Everyone's sorry, but Thailand food.
So what was your most favorite about Thailand?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to pick a favorite. When we were in Bangkok, the thing that I wrote about today was the excursions that we did where we swam with the elephants and went with the tigers. And you'll find that in a lot of other countries, you can have interactions with animals that really are not a norm in the United States. I mean, we've swam with dolphins in Mexico, things like that, and I find that the experiences are a little bit more interactive and a little bit more relaxed. With that said, there's also the need to really research who you're going through, because sometimes you can find that when there's a desire and a drive, oh, it's the Dominican. Yeah, we have lots of suggestions for the Dominican. But when you find that you're feeding that industry will go bad. So sometimes there's a lot of cruelty to animals, so you have to be careful. We went through tours with Tong in Thailand, in the Bangkok area, and he recommended the places that we went. So I felt pretty confident, and what we experienced there was really good. So hopefully it was somewhere where the animals were treated well. So that was amazing. I mean, I literally played with baby tigers for 45 minutes, and they were like playing with little cats. And then we swam with the elephants.
Hang on, so we're gonna
really quick.
pause, Jen. So we just had a question from Trey about the Dominican Republic. Trey, one question back before I answer you. Is it 50 to 75 people that are going?
That's a lot.
That
That
is
would
a
be
lot
fun.
of
I feel like
people.
Leilani and I could come and you wouldn't even notice we were there.
It's true. Can we come on your trip? Let me know that, and then maybe we can answer your question a little bit better. You're looking for an all-inclusive. That's usually a really great way to go.
For
I actually
sure.
haven't stayed at an all-inclusive in the Dominican Republic. Have you?
No.
No. But we could check it out and get back to you if you let us know how many, if that's people.
I feel like all-inclusive, there's a catch. If you're a drinker, all-inclusive,
Great idea.
great idea.
We're
They
not
definitely
gonna-
water your drinks down a little bit, so I wouldn't expect like a
I wouldn't
heavy,
know.
there's no heavy pours in all-inclusive unless you ask.
I know.
But as far as having big groups like that, we did even just a packet, like a food package when we traveled in a big group like that. And I feel like it saved us hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because the kids were able to get snacks, they were able to eat, there was enough options to get us through the days, and it was a great way.
Yes, Trey
right
says
from the
yes,
front.
50 to 75 people.
Wow.
Have you looked at like VRBOs or Airbnbs, or do you want more of a full service hotel? Because a lot of times when we travel in large groups, we'll do a couple of houses, just because then you're not paying per person, which sometimes you'll end up, I mean, that's what you end up doing at an all-inclusive.
Well, and if it's families, when we do big groups like that, we'll just assign meals. So say if Lalani and I and 10 of our friends were going, we would just assign a certain dinner to everyone. That way it's not overwhelming either for people to get the food.
Yeah. Trey, maybe DM us. That might be then we can ask you some more questions.
Yeah, help you plan this a little bit.
So back to Thailand.
Okay, back to Thailand. So, and then we flew from Bangkok. So we spent some time in the city in Bangkok. Really saw the city, went to the temples. I am a little bit obsessed with Buddhism. And so spending the time in the temples with our guide and actually really like diving into what it meant to him and what kind of our understanding of what Buddhism was and what he really kind of explained to me were completely different. July 2018.
Got it,
That's
Trey.
awesome.
We'll
Okay.
look for a DM.
Trey, we're on it. And so I loved that part of it. And then we flew to Phuket. And in Phuket, we laid on the beach, went kayaking, rented a boat, drove
amazing.
through Bond Island. We went to a floating gypsy village where we took a kayak through caves. I'm a pirate.
Oh,
I can't tell the pirate story.
that pirate story is not for today.
No, not sharing the pirate story.
No. If
My
you
husband
ever-
knows about the pirate.
If you ever see us in person, ask Jen about the pirate.
The pirate, then I'll
But
tell you
it's
about
not
the pirate.
going on video. No way.
Sorry, it's okay.
You're lost.
Yeah, so pirates happen sometimes in Thailand.
No, pirates did not happen actually.
Oh, they kind of do.
Oh,
It's
wow.
okay. So anyways, Thailand, amazing. I'm super excited. We'll have to see.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about today really quick was, actually, side note, this is like a little public service announcement, but...
Is it about Allegiant Airlines and the 3 hours of sleep
Oh,
that
no,
I've had?
yeah, it's going to
that's
get there.
another one.
But before we talk about that, when you are planning to fly in and out of the western United States, particularly states like Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, anywhere that is known for their afternoon thunderstorms, Wyoming, Montana,
Oh yeah, this is a good point.
don't book your flights for the evening because the likely chance is that you will either get really delayed or your flight will get canceled or you will have just a really gnarly flight in and out of your destination.
That was an Allegiance
No,
excuse
that
last
wasn't her
night.
problem last night.
No.
But
it is true
but
because
it
I actually
happens
thought
a
about
lot.
it.
Yeah. So just make sure that when you're doing that, to really try to come in the morning because those thunderstorms don't happen in the morning. But we have
Right.
had so many rocky flights out of Denver, coming home to Arizona. I've gotten rerouted to Albuquerque because of storms in Arizona, and it's just a pain.
Yeah.
So
You have
July
to remember,
and August,
turbulence doesn't bring planes down. It's fine. It's just like driving on a bumpy road.
it's true. But who wants to white knuckle it for an hour and a half? Honestly,
No,
especially with kids.
you really don't.
Fine.
But remember that planes go in and out of these places every single day, and they're just fine. So
It's true,
if you
but you
are in
get
them,
delayed.
relax. But you do get delayed.
Okay, so on to your...
Okay, Allegiant. So a lot of times if you fly discount airlines, we love Allegiant only for one reason. It flies out of a tiny little airport right by our
Which is
house.
fabulous.
Which is fabulous. We got home last night after we finally got home in about 20 minutes. But they are notoriously late for reasons like our pilot doesn't have enough hours to fly after we're already all boarded on the plane. Or last night, we counted the luggage wrong. We need to redo it. So we sat there for hours and hours and hours waiting for Allegiant to take off. There was other planes that had been delayed by over 6 hours. So
we have circled over Provo for 25 minutes, and with the threat of having to be turned and rerouted back to Phoenix. So,
what was their reason? They forgot to put fuel in the plane?
oh no, they put extra. It was
Oh.
socked in Provo, which is a good excuse, like safety first for sure. But there's Salt Lake and Ogden and a lot of other airports.
So,
So-
I don't honestly think Allegiant really saves you that much. They charge so much for baggage, and if you don't print your boarding passes before you come, it's a $5 charge. They have a charge for everything. If you breathe wrong, they charge you $10.
Sometimes they're very convenient because they go to places that,
That not everywhere
everybody
does.
goes, like small little airports. But
Just be aware that if you are absolutely having to get home, your options are very limited because they don't have a ton of planes. It's not like United, American, Southwest even, where you can just catch another flight. The options are extremely slim.
so slim.
So if you get delayed, there's a chance you're not really leaving until the next day.
Well, and there's a chance that they will totally like turn around and fly you back to where you started.
It's true. We were just coming from Vegas, so it wasn't too bad, and we ended up getting home. But we got home. I went to sleep probably about 2:30, and then got up with kids at
She
6.
could have driven home with me from Las Vegas
It's true,
faster
which is probably what I should have
than
done.
she drove or flew.
Yeah. So,
Just saying.
anyways, didn't save us any time. Love Allegiant.
Love you. I don't know that they're gonna like us after this.
I know. I actually really hate
But it's
Allegiant.
true. It's true.
I feel like their planes are from the late 1920s too. I think
Well,
they've
they've been refurbished.
I-
They buy
but
old
you're
planes.
taking off and the whole plane goes. I'm like, this isn't normal. Planes don't do this.
No, they've been refurbished. They're like secondhand.
It's like buying an old computer. I don't think it's worth the discount for my life. Not gonna
Well,
lie.
again, occasionally, like if you have to fly to like Provo or Idaho
See, look at-
Falls. See, all of you guys agree with us. So yes,
I'll
just
take my chances with Southwest. Plus, you can check 2 free bags, and I love 2 free bags.
that's true.
Plus, you pack 1 bag, fill it with an empty bag, and then bring it home full of stuff.
Which is a great tip.
That's the way to do it.
Plus, if you have to cancel, you get a credit.
It's
and
true.
you use it again. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's with us. We love
Everyone
you guys.
hates Allegiant. I hate Allegiant. Every time I'm on it, I'm so mad. But anyways, we got home. Here I am.
Safe. Safe was the
Safe.
most important.
Yes, for sure.
So anyway, that's what we were talking about today.
If you have questions about planning, October break for a lot of schools in Arizona is actually not too far away. So if you have any questions or you want any tips of where to go, if you want Liliana to send you the deals of where you can fly to, she's on that.
Oh, Mimi Cray, you
Flew Allegiant
yes.
2 times and learned your lesson.
too. One
I clearly
time.
am a slow learner.
I keep telling her. She doesn't listen.
I just keep getting on it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, would you go back to? Yes, I would go back to Peru, Cali, with small kids. Oh, you're going to Cusco next month.
She's gonna be jealous of
I'm
that.
so jealous. I would absolutely take my kids. How old are they? Maybe you should DM me too, because I feel like we could talk about this for a long time. So it depends what you're gonna do, but there's definitely a lot for kids to do in Cusco.
I feel like the hike is even doable for kids.
Well, it depends how old. Like, we were going to take my 10 and 12-year-old on the hike. They could totally hack it. Absolutely, you could take just about any age up to Machu Picchu because it's, like, wheelchair accessible. They have stroller
amazing.
accessible. So,
And
definitely.
I bet if you just pay those cute little bag carriers a couple extra bucks, they'll just carry your 3-year-old up there. Just shove them in a bag with their head out so they can
could
breathe.
definitely do the tours of of Machu Picchu during the day. Also, there's a lot of other fun stuff, like you can float down the Urubamba River. There's a chocolate making class in Cusco, which is super fun. And then there's just like a lot of open space and different things. So depending on how many kids do you have, I need to know that.
Which
too.
side note is, that is one way I plan my trips. We plan our trips by kind of what we want to do. So when my son was graduating from high school, Chase, are you still on here? When he was graduating high school, that was my question. We're like, okay, we want to take you somewhere amazing. Where do you want to go? Gave him the options of anywhere in the world. And he's like, I want to do something that's a little thrilling. So we chose to.
So she called me and she said,
What are you going to do?
no, you said, what's the best thing to do in Hawaii? And I said, swim with sharks.
Yes. And so we found a company, Ocean One Diving, that you dive without a cage, which was amazing. I did get a little bit seasick. I wish I would have known my own tip of take Dramamine the night before and sleep with it, because I did go ahead and throw up right on in that ocean. But
That's okay.
it was fine. It was amazing. I have the most amazing pictures of my son out there swimming with the sharks just all around him. Unbelievable.
I agree with you, Mimi Cray. It's the best. The best.
Leilani loves Peru.
love
She has a lot of information on that about the blog, or on the blog, so check that out. Hi, Liv.
Liv. Oh, swimming with sharks?
No, you just have to do it.
Let's do it.
They actually,
die.
they're not going to do anything to you unless
No.
it's a great white. And then the people that we were with, they get you right out. And Liv, you have a place to stay in Hawaii, so you
No
two need to pack your
excuses.
cute little bags and head on out of here. You're young. Go now before you have children.
Once you have kids, then it makes it way
Because then
harder.
that whole babysitter thing is a little tricky.
Yeah. So, no, I agree with everything you just said.
See? I love when she agrees with what I said. And we're so cute. We love you, Liv.
Love you, Liv.
If you knew how many days I haven't washed my hair,
Oh, well,
that would be a good one. I think Lalani's is clean.
it's one day, basically clean.
It's not bad at all.
So anyway, yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
I think we're checking out today. We
Let
will
us know if
see
you have any questions.
next
Love to
Monday.
hear from you. If you send them in, we'll either DM you back or we'll answer it next Monday when we're live. So
That's perfect. And if you,
happy end of summer, happy travel planning,
I know, happy back
almost
to
August.
school.
Yeah, if you're in Arizona, happy.
and it is hot today, Arizona, so find a pool and
Amen.
get in it.
Super humid.
It's yuck today. All right, we love you guys. Happy travels, friends.
Bye. Guys.